Hi, everyone. My name is Aiden Cox, and I'm really excited to share my capstone presentation with you all today. The title of my poster is Circularity Counts, Addressing the Waste Issue Through Community-Centered Institutions. Each year, over 2 billion tons of solid waste are generated around the globe. This has a devastating effect on the health of our societies and natural ecosystems. We need to shift away from our linear consumption models and of take, make, and throw away, and towards the concept of a circular economy. As shown in this image, the circular economy helps to extend the life cycle of goods for as long as possible through reuse and repair in order to keep them out of the landfill. However, the circular economy is still a relatively new topic and faces barriers to implementation. To address this, I asked the question, what are the most common barriers to circular economy implementation? To answer this question, I conducted a review of literature and research involving circular economy barriers and interned with Seattle Reconomy, a nonprofit organization that owns and operates two tool libraries in Seattle. Tool libraries are just like libraries for books, but instead, members can check out and return tools. I interned at their Shoreline Tool Library, where I helped members check tools in and out and helped to progress the Reuse Commons Circular Economy Mall project, which is a proposed space that will house various reuse and repair businesses in Seattle. Through these experiences, I was able to observe firsthand some of the barriers that a circular economy institution faces on the ground and on a project development scale, and I was also able to see some of the ways that they're working to overcome them. While a variety of barriers to the circular economy exist, the three key barriers that I identified were education, government support, and cultural acceptance. Education is the first key barrier, as the circular economy is still a relatively new concept and has not yet become widely understood or acknowledged by the general public. The second key barrier is government support, as many circular economy institutions rely heavily on grant funding to conduct their operations, and government legislation is often necessary to promote and enforce circular economy practices within large manufacturing companies. The third key barrier is cultural acceptance. In many cultures around the world, including our own, people have become accustomed to single-use items like plastic bags and utensils. Understanding and acknowledging these barriers is significant because it allows us to better identify and implement effective solutions. By implementing these solutions, we can create healthier societies and natural environments around the world. Some potential solutions and next steps that I identified for responding to these barriers include implementing circular economy practices within public education systems, and this is starting to be done in countries like Finland, as well as implementing greater funding for circular economy institutions and passing more targeted legislative bills. And one example of this is the Right to Repair Act that just passed in the Washington State Legislature, which requires manufacturers to adopt more circular practices in their manufacturing processes. Finally, we also need to create more shared spaces around the circular economy, and tool libraries are a great example of this, as many tool libraries offer educational classes and community building events that help to create a shared culture around circular economy practices. Thank you all for listening to my presentation. I would like to thank my site supervisor, Josh Epstein, my faculty advisor, Lauren Brohan, my Environment 492 cohort, and my friends and family for supporting me throughout this process. Thank you.